Hi guys, my name is Dr. Fanikumar Shinde. Welcome to the channel Tech Skill Up. In this video, I will cover how to create and access the list in Python programming. Before going to start the video, you please like the video, subscribe the channel, and please click on the bell icon to get the notifications from the channel Tech Skill Up. Then let's start today's session. Now here these are the topics we will discuss in this video, like introduction of a list, create a list, access the list elements. Now see the first one, introduction of a list. Now before going to see the list, first we can see what is a variable. Now you can see most of our variables have one value in them. That means if you are having a variable, then you can store only a single value on that. Like in your scenario, like if you want to store multiple values under one variable, it's not possible with a variable. Now comes to the list. A list allows us to put many values in a single variable. Like in the previous slide what you discussed, the variable which you can store only a single value, but if I use a list, then you can store multiple values on that. Let's take an example. Like we are having a cars is a video. It's a list which is having Audi, Tata, Suzuki. Like we are having three elements within that. Then you can see the create a list. Let's see. Here list is surrounded by a square brackets and the elements in the list are separated by a comma. You can see the examples for that. Like here these are the two ways to create a list. Let's see one way is a list name is the numbers and we assign the values in a square bracket. And what you are saying here, list is surrounded by square brackets. You can see here the list is surrounded by square brackets and each element in the list are separated by a comma. And you can see here each elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here these are the number of elements. These are separated with a comma. And the second way of creating a list is by using a list constructor. Like we can use a list constructor, then within that we need to pass the parameters like whatever the elements we want to create as a list. Here these are the two ways to create a list. Then see the next one. The list of items, not only a single data type like an array in other programming languages like C, C++, Java. Instead of that, a Python can support different data types of elements can be stored in a single variable. That's like a list. Like a list can support any type of data to store within that. That may be an integer, strings, floating point or boolean values. Let's see an example for that. Like we are having an example is elements and it contains different values like 1, 2, 3, 4. We are having 4 elements within that and one of the element is a number, another one is a boolean, another one is a string and another one is a floating point. That means here a list can store any type of values. Then see the next one, how to access the list elements. Like how we can access the elements in a list. Here we can access with a number. That number can be called as an index. Here the index can be starts from 0. Can be start from 0 and means that the first element of a list is at index 0. The second element is at index 1. Then 2, 3. That is based on number of elements are present within that. Let's see an example, then you can easily understand that. Like we are having a list with the name Jed which is having 4 elements 3, 7, 4, 2 and you can see the index will be start from 0, right? We can say here the 0. That's why the index is starts from 0, then 1, 2, 3, and here the index is like it starts from 0 to n minus 1. Here what is the n means? The number of elements. Here how many elements are there? We are having 4 elements, then 4 minus 1, 3. That means the index will be start from 0 to 3. And see the example how we can access these elements. Like you can see here, if you want to access the element of 3, then you can use the index value is 0. Like you can see here the z of 0, we can get a 3. If you want to get the value of 4, then you can use the z of 2. Here it is the procedure to access the elements, that is based on the index of the particular element. Then we can see one more thing, like Python also supports negative indexing. Negative indexing starts at the end. Like we can see the example, then you can easily understand. Like we are having a list which is having 4 elements. We are having a positive index and negative index. Here the positive index will be start from 0 to n minus 1, that is 3. It is from left to right, and negative index it is from end. You can see here negative indexing is starts at the end. That means the last element it indicates with the negative index minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4. Like let's take a scenario. Like you don't know how many elements are there in a list. In this scenario, if you want to access the last element, then you can directly use minus 1. Okay. Now in this scenario, if you are not having the number of elements in a list, if you don't know the number of elements in a list, and if you want to access the last element, then you can directly access that element by using the negative index minus 1. Let's see here the examples how we can access that. Like if you have access the last element, then you can use the z of minus 1. Then you will get the last value of this list. And also we can access the last element by using the positive index 3, like this. Z of 3 is 2. Like here each element you can access with either a positive index, otherwise a negative index. Like these two elements if you want to access, then you can access with a positive index of with z of 3, otherwise a negative index of z of minus 1. These are the two ways we can access. Okay, like this Python provides both the positive index as well as negative index to access the elements. Then you can see a slice, a Python list. What is a slice? Slices are good for getting a subset of values in a list. Like comes to the previous example. Like if you want to access a particular element, then you can use this index. Like I would like to access only the 7, then you can use the index 1. Otherwise, if you would like to access the element 4, then you can use the index is 2. But if I would like to access a subset of this list, like I would like to access the 7, 4, 2, or I would like to access 3, 7, 4, or I would like to access 7 and 4. Here like this, here if I would like to access a subset of this list, then that can be possible with slice. These slice can be performed with an operator colon. With an operator colon. Like it's like an range. We need to provide the range. Here in this example, let's see, can see here the z is a list which is having 4 elements, and we can indicate with an indexes. And if you would like to access the 3 and 7 elements, then how we can access? By using an index values, it will be start from 0. Like you can be start from 0. Then we need to provide the range 0 to 2. 0 to 2. That means here it gives the 0 and before the 2 index, that is 1. Like we can have 3 and 7. Then see the one more example. And in this example, here we are not specified the starting index. If you are not provide the starting index, then the meaning of that one is it will be start from the starting element. It will be start from the starting element. Then here we are given the ending is 3 and we are not provided the starting one. That means it will be start from 0 index. That means we will get 3, 7, 4 and here what we are given 3. If you are given 3 means that it is 3 minus 1. That means 2. That means we will get up to 3, 7, 4. Then see one more example. Now in this example here we are provide the starting index but we are not provided the ending range. Okay, here we are provided the starting range but we are not provided the ending range. Now what is the meaning of that? It will be start from the index 1 and it will be end at the last element. That's why we will get 7, 4, 2. Okay, here these are the elements we can be accessed by using a slices, and we can run the same. We can take a Z with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here these are the elements, and let's print Z. Then we can see what it will be prints. Yeah, and you can see here. Here it is the one of the way to create a list, and you just take one more way. What is that? By using a list constructor, and you can provide the same thing with that within this list constructor. Yeah, then try to print the Z. Now you can see that means here it is the one of the way to create a list and it is the another way to create a list. Then if you want to access a specific element like the element 3, then how we can access the element 3? It will be start from 0, right? 0, 1, 2. Then I would like to provide here the Z of 2. Then see what you will get. You will get the value is 3. And as well as if I would like to access the last element by using negative index, let's see here we can use it a negative index -1. Then I will able to access the last element. What is the last element? It is 5. Then you got 5. And also see what is the slice. Slice means we can access a subset of elements from a list. Like I would like to access the elements 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Then what is the subset I need to provide? What is the range I need to provide here? It will be start from 2. 2 means index is 1. That's why I will provide 1 and then colon and up to 4, right? Then what I need to provide? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need to provide 4. Then run it. Then you can see here. Now you got 2, 3, 4. It is a subset from the list. And try with a Z of not provided the starting one and just give the ending position. Like ending I am given 4. Then try to run it. Now what we got here? Now here we are not provided the starting index that in the range. That means it will be start from the first position. What is the first position is 0. That's why we'll get from 0. 0 is position. We are having 1, 2, 3 and we are given 4, right? Before that is 3. That means we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And like the same thing, just print 2 like. In this example here we are given the starting index, but we are not provided the last one, ending one. Then if you are not provided ending one, then at default what it takes? It will takes up to the end. Up to the end. Now here 2 means from second index. What is the second index is 3. Then it will be starts from 3. Then you can see here we got 3, 4, 5. Okay, now these are the things we covered in this video. Like what you covered? We covered the creation of a list and how we can access a list. Thanks for watching my video, and you please like, share and click on bell icon. Thank you very much.